It's known as price gouging, unreasonably inflating prices. You're cracking down on this at eBay UK. How are you cracking down on this without actually hurting legitimate sellers?
Well, I want to be super clear, and we're super clear, everyone at eBay. We don't want this practice on the platform. None of our buyers and sellers in our community want it either. So what we've been doing is we've upgraded all the technology we have that automatically detects this. We've doubled the size of the team that inspect it. They work 24/7. We took now action last week to restrict the sales of specifically masks and hand sanitizers to a very bespoke small list of sellers to make sure that we keep prices in check. And for some of the other items you mentioned, like nappies and toilet roll and hand etc., we effectively restricted consumer selling, so actually only businesses that are registered with us sell. We think that will stop opportunistic sellers kind of taking advantage of the current situation. We continue to monitor it. We've taken down now about 500,000 listings we think violate the kind of policies we've introduced, and several hundred sellers in the process.
Rob, it's good to see, and it's good to hear that you're taking action at a time of pressure for all of us. Just give me a sense in terms of the business. Apart from a rush on online groceries, I'm trying to buy some fitness equipment, and it's ratcheting in prices all over every platform that I look at. So there are some businesses out there that are naturally going to do better. What is the data showing you in terms of the spikes, first of all, in terms of fair business practice out there?
There's a massive shift in how consumers are shopping, how we're all shopping. My best way of explaining it is the things that we now deem as essential have changed as we all get used to working at home and what that means in terms of lockdown. Things like home fitness that you describe, home technology, home computing, office furniture for the home, etc., have all become like things that we all need very, very desperately, and we've seen huge growth in that. The interesting thing about the platform, the data, is we've seen a kind of downturn in other categories, so things like clothing, home decor, where clearly consumers are less likely to spend at the moment, just as we all basically use this new ways of working in this kind of lockdown moment.
In terms of the patterns then that you're seeing, Rob, for spikes in demand or declines in demand, how does the UK compare with the rest of the world?
So very similar. So we're very similar, particularly across Europe. We see a very, very similar pattern. Our business in Asia has started to recover already, and I think that was referred to in some of the previous articles you had. So we're starting to see that change come out as those countries come out of lockdown, but very similar patterns across the world.
Rob, can I ask you in terms of, in times of crisis, the marketing department or the CMO tends to be told to step back from spend. But in times of crisis where we are so much more focused online, which parts of the business world are spending more to grab share of voice in this time of crisis?
Well, I'm not so it's about grabbing share of voice. I think it's about doing the right thing at the moment. So what we're doing at the moment, where we're spending our money at the moment, is more importantly in helping small businesses that operate in our platform and on the high street in the UK to weather this storm as best we can. So we announced a package of measures that we put into small businesses here in the UK. There are 300,000 small businesses that trade on the eBay platform in the UK. We effectively announced kind of support in terms of changing the way that we collect fees. So we put a holiday in terms of collecting our fees. And for any business that's never been online, so if you're running a small business, small shop, you've never had a chance to be online, you've effectively been shuttered. We'll let you come on the platform and trade on eBay for free. So I guess my answer to the question is, I think this is a question now of marketing. I think it's a question of doing the right thing, trying to help business sustain as best you can. Every company can do that. That's our way of doing the best thing that we can.
Have you been overwhelmed by the demand of businesses wanting to list online with you, Rob?
We've not been overwhelmed, but certainly seen a big uptick. So the weekly rate of new sellers coming onto the platform has more than tripled. So we see a big growth in the number of businesses coming on the platform as they seek new opportunities and a way of sustaining cash flow and their business in this time. At eBay, we're trying to give them the toolkit the best to do that. Like I've said, we've made that free for everyone to list. That means they can get online super quick and hopefully get access to the 180 million customers who shop on eBay worldwide.